Deep beneath the cool, damp soil at the forest's edge, a tiny seed lay in the velvet dark. Above, the world was a theater of moving shadows. It watched the silhouettes of birds dancing across the surface and whispered a secret to the earth.
I will touch the sky. The soil was heavy, but the dream was lighter than air.
Nearby, an old earthworm tunneled through the grit, his voice a low rumble in the dirt. Patience is the root of height, he cautioned. The seed listened, feeling the weight of the world above. Yet it began to drink the sweet rainwater, preparing for a journey that would take a lifetime. The seed pushed its first pale root downward, anchoring itself into the heart of the world.
Days bled into weeks until a vibrant green sprout finally broke the surface, blinking in the sudden brilliance of the sun.
A sparrow landed on a nearby pebble, its feathers shimmering. It chirped a single, sharp note of greeting before vanishing into the blue. Every sunrise brought a new millimeter of height. The sprout reached upward with trembling leaves, stretching toward the warmth. It felt the gentle breeze and the morning dew, unaware that the forest was a place of both beauty and testing. It was no longer a secret in the dark. It was a living part of the sky's edge.
Then, the sky turned a bruised purple. A fierce gale swept through the woods,
screaming through the branches of the elder trees. The young sprout bowed low, its tender stem pressed hard against the cold.
Unforgiving mud. The wind howled like a predator. Bend! Do not break! It was a trial of spirit.
The plant locked its roots into the deep earth, gripping the stones and soil with everything it had. It refused to be uprooted. As the seasons cycled, the struggle made it stronger. The green stem thickened into rugged bark, and the sprout became a sapling. It learned that the wind was not an enemy, but a teacher that forced its roots to grow deeper than its branches were high. Years turned to decades. Squirrels raced up a trunk that was now wide and sturdy,
and butterflies pinned their colorful wings to its broad leaves. One scorching afternoon,
a weary rabbit collapsed in the tree's sprawling shadow. Your shade saved me, the rabbit sighed, panting in the heat.
The tree held its branches perfectly still, weaving a canopy of coolness to guard the small creature.
During a later storm, a wise owl landed on a low bough. Do you know your work? The owl hooted over the rain. The tree waited in silence. You pull carbon from the air. You lock the soil in place. You offer fruit and shelter. Looking down at the rabbit and up at the nesting birds, the tree finally understood. Its height was not a trophy for itself, but a platform for the entire forest to thrive.
The tree grew until its highest leaves brushed the clouds. It had reached the sky, just as it had promised. Below, children played in the emerald grass,
and creatures found life within its canopy. Deep in the dark soil, the old earthworm felt the roots vibrating with power. The tree swayed.
A giant anchor for the woods, knowing its growth had fed the world. It was finally home.